the right one. There we go. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for our pulse and peace deep stretch. We're going to start by slowly moving our bodies around our mat, our space, just swaying side to side, walking around. We're not doing this very fast. We want to keep our heart rate on the lower end, but we just want to add some gentle movement into our bodies. If that music is too loud, please let me know and I will lower it for you. As we're walking around our space, we're kind of analyzing our body. We'll do a few body analyses throughout our deep stretch today. Different points where we're just taking the time to really breathe through our movements. As you're finding your way to the center of your space, we're going to go ahead and just take some nice deep breaths. We're going to start with our hands down by our hips. Palms are going to be facing forward. Knees are shoulder width apart. We want our head to be perfectly in line with our spine so that we are not pushing our hips forward or pulling them back. We want to have a nice, tall, neutral position. As we're taking our deep breaths in, we're going to go in through our nose. As we do that, our arms are going to come up by our sides, out wide, up overhead, making a big circle. When you get to the top, your arms are outstretched, fingertips up towards the sky, holding that breath for a few seconds before you exhale out through your mouth, bringing those arms back down towards your sides. And you're going to just do them for a few times, taking nice deep breaths in, bringing that belly button in towards your spine. We're going to have a little bit wider of a stance, and we're going to slightly go into a squat position, not a full squat, but we're going to have a nice bend in our knees as our hands are down. Our arms are going to come out, and we're slowly going to rise to a full standing position, and our arms reach the top of that circle. As we exhale out through our mouth, we're slowly bending those knees, coming into a slight knee bend, and doing the same thing. Nice deep breaths, arms are still going up and holding at the top before you exhale, but we're adding in a knee bend.
Let me in.
Nice knee bend as we are doing those deep breaths. 3 more. Last one. And exhale. As we're coming back to a tall standing position, we're going to start by bringing it into some forward shoulder rolls. Bring our shoulders up towards our ears, pushing them forward, down towards the floor and back. As we're doing this, we really want to push those shoulders forward, kind of rounding the top of our back, stretching out that back. When we drop or bring our shoulders back, we're really opening up that chest. So nice, slow shoulder rolls, making sure to really stretch out every part that we can, feeling that in our traps, our shoulders, our chest, and our back. Today we're going to be kind of going through our movements a little bit slower, really taking the time to kind of breathe through all of our exercises. When you're exhaling, you're really wanting to kind of push into those stretches a little bit, trying to stretch a little bit further each time. Switch directions, shoulders go up towards our ears, back as we open up our chest, down, lengthening and straight those traps and our neck muscles, Pushing our shoulders forward, rounding out the back, feeling that stretch in the top of our back and back up to our ears. As you are stretching today, make sure that you're not pushing your body to a point of uncomfortability. It is supposed to be a stretch, not a hurt. We're only wanting to go as far as our body allows and where it feels good, and we're moving in ways that serve our body. So if there's something that is not working for you, feel free to do your own stretch for that time. Try to aim for the same muscles that we're stretching, and if that isn't able to happen, that is okay. Take breaks as you need. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Shaking it out. We're going to bring it into our neck rolls. Bring that chin down towards your chest and slowly roll your neck to the left, bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. Feeling that stretch on the right side of our neck. When you're ready, bring that chin back down to the center of your chest, rolling your head to the right, bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder. Don't shrug your shoulders to bring your shoulder to your ear. Just keep your shoulders in a nice neutral position. We're stretching out the neck, not the shoulder. My ears are nowhere near my shoulders, so don't feel like you need to touch your shoulder to get the stretch. Gently go back and forth, making a half circles to stretch out our neck. And coming back to the tall standing position, we're going to put our arms out in a T formation. Our arms are outstretched right and left from our shoulder height, bringing it into some spinal twists. As we do this, we're keeping our arms in this T formation, and we're just rotating our upper trunk. So we're twisting to the left, bringing our chest to face the left, keeping our hips and our knees facing forward, only moving our upper body. Our head is going with us. We are twisting that spine, adding gentle mobility in. And you're going to twist it back and forth at a pace that's right for you. If you don't like your arms in that formation, feel free. You can bend your elbows to 90 degrees, palms facing forward in goalpost arms or cactus arms. Or you could have your hands rested in front of you, holding your elbows kind of like you're rocking a baby. If your arms get too tired, up in that T formation, whatever is best for you, as we're getting some gentle spine mobility in. Great work. Put those hands on your hips for our hip circles. We're going to push our hips forward. As we do that, we're leaning back. So we're really pushing out those hips, feeling that stretch on our lower belly and our hip. We're going to push those hips to the left. As we do that, we're leaning to the right, really emphasizing pushing those hips wide. We're going to push those hips back to the right and forward again. We are making the biggest hip circles that we possibly can, nice and slow, so that we're able to really feel the stretch every way in that circle. Nice big hip circles. Stopping at any point that feels good, where you need a little extra tension in that stretch. I know when I push my hips back, I like that stretch in the backside of my legs, so I tend to hold it there for a few seconds before I continue on. And switch directions, pushing those hips forward, to the right, back, left, and up again. coming to a tall standing position. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a quick sip of water before we go into our standing flow. But if you would like to start, we are starting with mountain pose, tall standing position, palms outstretched, and down at our sides. Feet shoulder width apart, hands down on our sides, palms are facing forward. This is more of a grounding position, so we're not necessarily moving or stretching anything. We're just kind of taking this time to analyze our body after our warm-up. How is our body feeling? Making sure to keep our posture as straight as we can. We want a straight line down our spine. Is there anything that needs an extra stretch today? Did we move a little too much on our legs yesterday and they're sore? Making sure that we do that today. We're just going to take some nice deep breaths here for a few seconds, and then we'll go to our next stretch. On your next inhale, bringing those arms up overhead, lengthening that spine, bringing those fingertips as tall as we can, reaching towards the sky, really lengthening that spine, trying to pull those hands as far away from your toes as possible. Every exhale, reaching a little further. You're now going to go into a forward fold, hinging at the hips, pushing those hips back, bringing those arms down towards our toes, reaching down to the center as far as we can, where we feel that stretch on the back sides of our legs. Making sure that we're not locking our knees, we have a gentle bend in the knees. Not enough to where we don't feel the stretch, but just enough to where we're not locking our knees. We are now in a forward fold. Every exhale, try to get a little bit further. And your next inhale, bring your hands up your legs, rounding out that spine. We're coming up to a halfway fold. Exhaling all the way, sinking back down towards the floor for a full forward fold. Matching your breaths, every inhale, hands come up halfway. Every exhale, pushing those hands a little bit further into that stretch. You'll notice you're getting further and further into that stretch. Nice work. Two more. Last one. As you slowly come to a standing position, take your time, getting that blood flowing through our whole body. We're gonna go ahead and bring it to our arm across our body stretch. So bring that right arm across your body to the left. Using that left arm to pull it nice and close in towards your chest, stretching out that right shoulder. Grabbing anywhere along your arm that feels that you can get that best stretch. And switch arms, bring that left arm across our chest, pulling it nice and close into our chest with our right arm. We're feeling that stretch in our left shoulder. And release. We're going to also do the overhead arm stretch. So bring our right hand up overhead, bending at the elbow. Our palm is going to go on our back. We're going to grab that elbow with our left arm, pulling it closer to our head in a more straight position. Feel that stretch on the back side of our right arm. And switching arms, go ahead and bring that left arm up overhead, bending at the elbow. Palm goes towards our spine. Grab that elbow with our right arm, pulling it deeper into that stretch. And release. We're going to bring it into a windmill toe touch, but first we're going to shake out those arms and move and stretching them for a second. Give them a little shake, get that blood flowing through them again. Standing up with our feet hip-width apart, we're going to go ahead and bring our arms into that T formation. Arms are extended out from our shoulders, right and left. We're going to keep them in this formation through this motion as well. We're going to bring our right hand down to our left ankle. As we do that, we're opening up our chest to the left. So our left arm is going to go back and up overhead. We're going to go ahead and sit back in our tall position. Left hand down towards our right ankle. As we do that, we are twisting, opening up our spine to the right. Stretching out here before we switch. Going back and forth at a pace that's best for you. Holding at the bottom if you so desire. Two more. And last one. Shaking it out, we're going to go into Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. We're going to start with Warrior 1 on the right-hand side. With our feet shoulder-width apart to start, we're going to go ahead and take a wide step to the right with our right foot. We're going to go ahead and turn that foot to where it is now facing the right, and our knee is also facing the right. We are going to go ahead and twist our upper body to the right. Our arms are going to extend up overhead, straight from our shoulders, palms facing each other. We're going to have a slight bend in our right knee, leaning forward to the right. We're going to hold this position for a little bit. So take some nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're keeping that back leg straight and only bending the right knee. When you're ready to go into Warrior Two, you're going to extend your arms into that T formation. Your chest is going to go back to its original place in line with that left leg, but we're going to twist our head to where we are facing the right. Our right arm is over top of our right leg. Our left arm is now back behind us. Chest is facing the left. Nice work. Working on our balance and finding our zen. And coming on out of it, shaking our arms. We're gonna do the same thing, but on the left-hand side. So we're gonna start in Warrior One. With our feet shoulder width apart, we're gonna go ahead and take a wide step to the left. We're gonna twist that foot to where it is now pointing to the left. Our arms are gonna go up by our ears, and we're gonna twist to face the same direction as our left foot. Our right leg is straight, and our left knee is bent. We're gonna bend, kind of going into that lunge a little bit. Our ears are in between our shoulders. We're doing that nice spine mobility and taking nice deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth as we hold this position. Going into Warrior Two, extend those arms into that T formation. Our chest is opening the same direction as our left leg, so facing the right. Our head is going to turn, facing the left. Our left arm is extended out in front of our left leg, and our right arm is over top of our right leg. And coming on out of it, we're gonna go ahead and grab a sip of water before we get into our kneeling and our tabletop flow. So finding that space on your mat or your floor where you are ready. I'll grab a quick sip of water before I do so. We're just gonna start by sitting on our heels in a kneeling position. As we're coming down to the floor. And we're just gonna have our hands down by our sides and we're gonna do some wrist circles, getting them ready for our tabletop positions. Flexing our hands forward and back, putting our hands in circles, clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever you would like. Great work. Now we're going to bring it into our cat-cows. In a traditional tabletop position where our hands are flat on the floor underneath of our shoulders and our knees are underneath of our hips. We have a flat back and our head is facing towards the floor. We're going to go ahead and do our cat-cows with every breath. So when you inhale, taking that nice deep breath in, our chin is going to tuck into our chest. Our spine is going to go tall up towards the ceiling or the sky. On your exhale, you're going to push your belly button towards the floor. Your head is going to come up and face forward. You're going to switch back and forth between cat and cow at your own breath rate. Taking nice deep breaths in through the nose and exhaling out of your mouth. Making sure to take breaks as you need. Your wrists may become sore from these tabletop positions, so making sure that you're doing what's best for you and your body. But we will be doing our cat-cows for a little bit here, adding that gentle spine mobility in. Nice work. We're going to go into puppy pose. So from this position, we're going to keep our glutes high into the sky where they are in our tabletop, but we're going to walk our hands forward. We're going to bring our chest down towards the floor like we're doing a half child pose, but instead of when our glutes are down, our glutes are going to remain up in that tabletop position. Bring our chest towards the floor, our chin tucked in towards our chest, walking our hands out, feeling the stretch through our back, our shoulders, and our arms. Puppies grow up and they turn into dogs. We're bringing it to downward dog. Arms are going to go from that tabletop position a little bit wider than our shoulder width. Bringing our toes to the floor, we're going to lift our legs and our glutes up, bringing our ears in between our arms. We are in now kind of like an upside down V. Glutes are high in the sky, legs are straight. We want to try to push those heels down to the floor as we are pushing our chest through those arms. Holding here. And relax. Go ahead and sit back on those heels so that way we can stretch out our shoulders and our arms by just shaking them out before we go into our next positions, giving our hands and our arms a little bit of a break. I'm gonna grab another sip of water. All right, back into that tabletop position. Hands underneath our shoulders, or wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Back is flat. We're gonna go ahead and do thread the needle. So to start, we're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna thread it through that space between our left hand and our left knee, bringing our right shoulder down towards the floor. So we're reaching that hand all the way as far as we can to the left. That left hand is going to remain on the ground for support, keeping that elbow bent. Our hips and our glutes are still remaining high up in the sky like we did in puppy. And we're just going to hold it here. Nice gentle spine mobility twist and a nice stretch on the shoulder. And go ahead and switch back in that tabletop position. Thread that left hand in between the right hand and the right knee, dropping that left shoulder down towards the floor. Twisting to the right. Palm is up towards the sky. Nice work. Coming out of that, thread the needle. We're going to go into child's pose, so back in that tabletop position. This time we're going to sink our glutes back on top of our feet. I like to have my knees a little bit wider than my hip width apart. That way I'm really able to sink my chest down towards the floor. Walking those hands as far as we can away from our head and elongating that spine. Feel that stretch on the outside of our arms, the shoulders. Keeping that chin tucked in the chest. And we're going to hold it here for a little bit. So get comfy. Take a nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Every few breaths, try to see if you can reach a little bit further, deepening that stretch. Nice work. Coming out of our child's pose, we're going to come to a tall kneeling position. So from tabletop, you just be bringing all of your weight up to your knees, arms are off the mat. From here, we're going to go ahead and extend our right knee out in front of us for our low lunge. So we are in now a lunging position. Our knee is bent 90 degrees, our right leg, and our left knee is still on the floor. We're going to go ahead and push our hips forward, bringing our bending at our right knee. Our hands are going to go on either side of our right foot for additional support, and that'll help you stretch out the hamstring of that right knee as well as the hip of your left. So really pushing forward, keeping that left knee where it was, but you're kind of straightening out that leg a little bit as we're pushing into that stretch. My chest is resting on my right knee as I'm really trying to sink into that stretch. And we're going to hold it here for a little bit. From here, we're going to go into a half split. So we are going to rock our hips all the way back, straightening out that right leg where we're almost sitting on our left heel, but not quite. Our right toes is going to go up towards the sky. Our hands are on either side of our right leg. Mine is around my knee or my thigh. That way I'm able to really feel that stretch on the back side of that right leg. And I have all the support I can need from my arms. Still keeping that chest quite low, stretching out the backside of our right leg. and release. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the left-hand side. So we're in a tall kneeling position. Extend that right leg out in front of us. Our left knee is bent 90 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and push those hips forward, deepening into that stretch. Hands are on either side of our left foot. Really trying to sink into that stretch, feeling it on the top side of our right thigh and the hamstring of our left leg. If your wrists are starting to hurt, go ahead and put those hands in gentle fists, and that can also relieve a little bit of pressure from those wrists. From here, we're gonna rock back into that half split, straightening out that left leg, rocking our hips back to where we're almost laying, sitting on our right heel, but we're not. Extending that left leg straight, we're really feeling that stretch in the backside of our legs, our heels on the floor, toes up towards the sky. Our hands are resting somewhere around our knee height now. That way we are really able to support ourselves in staying balanced. Chest is still forward. Nice work. And coming right on out of that one, we're gonna go to our lying down flow. We're gonna start on our back whenever you're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a sip of water. We're gonna be starting in corpse position or just lying down on our back. As we do this is another great time for a body scan or body analysis. We're gonna have our hands down by our sides, palms up or down, whatever your preference. Try to keep that back flat on the floor. You can close your eyes if you would like. We're just gonna go ahead and take nice deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth. While you're here, go ahead and analyze your body from your toes all the way up to your head, stopping at every joint, every part of your body along the way. How is it feeling? Is there any stretch that needs to be done that after this flow you might not have done that you need to go and pay a little extra attention to? But we're just gonna sit here and relax for a little over a minute. So just take some nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. From here, you're gonna extend your arms up above your head, keeping your arms rested on the ground, but we're gonna try to pull our fingertips away from our toes as far as we can. So by pushing your toes away and pulling your arms up, we're lengthening our whole body, feeling that stretch in your spine, your arms, your back, everywhere. So we're really wanting to lengthen our body as we are breathing. Nice work. Alrighty, hug those knees to your chest. And bringing both knees in, giving them a nice squeeze. Alright, extending that left leg straight out in front of you, back on the floor, but keeping that right knee tucked in towards your chest. We're trying to keep that left leg fully flat on the floor as we are just paying attention to the right knee for now, or leg. Keeping that right knee bent, tucked in towards your chest, we're going to do some gentle ankle circles if you'd like to bring a little extra motion into your leg. And switch, extending that right leg back out, bringing that right or left knee back in towards your chest, giving it a nice big hug. Also introducing some ankle circles if you would like. We're going to bring it into happy baby. So with our back spot on the floor, we're going to bend our knees, and then we're going to bring both of our knees back in towards our chest. As we do this, we're going to bring our feet up towards the sky, keeping those knees bent. While the soles of our feet are up towards the sky, we're going to go ahead and grab the bottom of our foot with both of our arms. So you can grab your feet from the outside. My arms are a little too short, so I have to grab the bottom of my feet from the inside. And then you're going to want to pull those feet down towards the ground so that your knees are outside of your chest. And you're feeling that stretch all through your hips, the outside of your legs, only pulling down as far as is comfortable where you are getting a good stretch. This position can be a little challenging. Sometimes it's hard for me to even reach and grab on my feet because my legs are a little tighter. So just being gracious with yourself and stretching as you feel comfortable. And release, bringing those feet back to flat on the floor. We're going to do a figure four or reclined pigeon. Starting with our right leg, we are going to bring it, we're going to bend our right knee, bringing our right foot on top of our left thigh. Our right knee is going to go out wide to the right. From here, if this stretch is good enough for you, great. If you'd like a little bit deeper of a stretch, you're going to go ahead and put your right arm through that hole that you made with the right leg and grab your hand so you're hugging your left thigh, and you're going to pull it in towards your chest so it's your left foot's off the floor, and you're really feeling that stretch on the outside of your right glute and your right hip. And we're just going to hold it here is a little bit spicy of a stretch, so make sure that you're doing it gently. If you're not wanting any pain, we just want to make sure that we're getting a good stretch. You can easily do this stretch when you're sitting at your desk during the day by just from a seated position bringing your knee on top of the other and pushing that knee, the outside knee down. And you can feel the stretch the same way. As you're breathing through the stretch, feeling that stretch get a little bit easier and pushing a little bit deeper into that stretch. That way you're really able to stretch out those hips. And switch back into that feet flat on the floor, bending that left knee out wide to the left. Left foot is stacked on right leg, putting your arms through and around that right leg, pulling it closer to your chest. Starting off not too close to your chest, that way you're able to really slowly start feeling that stretch and get deeper over the course of our time breathing through it. And release. Coming out of this one, we're going to extend both of our legs straight out in front of us, bringing that right leg across our body to the left as far as we can while we can keep those shoulders on the floor. I like to put my hand in a T formation. That way I'm able to keep that balance. I'm still getting that spinal twist and stretch with that right leg over the left, but my upper body's staying flat on the floor. We're just going to hold it here for a few seconds. We'll switch. And switch. Legs are flat on the floor, extended. Now we're going to bring that left leg, keeping it straight over the left, or over the right leg, excuse me, and stretching out that side. Feeling that stretch through our back side of our left leg, keeping our shoulders flat on the floor, arms are extended out at shoulder height, that way we're able to keep that balance. And back, flat on the floor. Extending both legs away from us again. We're going to extend that right leg up as we do our hamstring stretch, grabbing behind the knee or right under by the hamstring, pulling it closer towards your chest, keeping that leg as straight as we can. Toes are flexed, so they are down towards our face, and we're stretching out the backside of our right leg. And release. And switch sides, bring that left leg straight up, pulling it closer towards your chest. Stretching out to the back side of the foot. All right, bringing our knees back down, or legs back down to the floor, bending at the knees, feet are flat on the floor, kind of close to our glutes. We're gonna put our hands back behind our ears, elbows outstretched to the right and the left, kind of like we were to be doing a sit-up. Don't worry, we are not. We're gonna go ahead and do a butterfly from low. So we're gonna bring both of our elbows towards each other in front of our face. As we do this, kind of bringing our shoulders up off the floor, trying to touch our elbows together before we lower our arms back down. We're stretching out our, kind of like our scaps, where we are close to the spine in our upper back. We're gonna open and close those elbows, nice and slow, at a pace that's good for you. Nice job, everyone. All right, we're gonna come to a seated position. We're gonna do seated, like sit in a seated butterfly position or crisscross applesauce to start. And we're just gonna take some nice, deep, restorative breaths. I am in crisscross applesauce. My hands are rested on top of my knees, palms facing up, and I'm just gonna take a nice few deep breaths here in through the nose, out through your mouth. We're going to slowly come to a standing position. We want to get that blood flowing throughout our body so we don't get lightheaded or dizzy. From here, I'm going to go ahead and put my feet together for butterfly. I like to hold the toes. And then if this stretch isn't strong enough for you, just without any pressure, go ahead and push down on your knees slightly, very slowly and carefully, getting that stretch, and you'll feel that on the inside of your thighs for our butterfly. Make sure not to flap the wings of the butterfly. We don't want to be bouncy with the knees. All right, extend those legs wide to the sides, kind of like we were to try to do a center split. I'm nowhere close, but we want to do a wide leg forward fold. So our legs are out wide. We're going to reach down the middle to start feeling that stretch on the inside of both of our thighs. I can't reach very far, nor can I tuck down very far. So as far as you can where you are comfortable. We're going to walk our hands down to the right, leaning as far as you can on the right leg, reaching towards our right toes. Walk our hands back to the center and hold here for a few seconds. And walk our hands all the way to the left. Now stretching out the left side. All right, slowly coming up to a standing position. We're gonna extend our arms wide, opening up our chest so our hands went from a T formation and went even further back. We're gonna take turns going from wide to fully closing our arms around, like giving ourselves a huge hug, and then we're gonna open our arms again. Bring those arms out wide, and then close our arms around us like we're giving ourselves a hug. Nice deep breath in as you open your arms. Exhale as you are giving yourself a hug. The last thing I like to do is take 3 nice, deep, big breaths in. We are going to have our hands down by our sides. Palms are facing forward. We're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. So nice deep breath in. Arms go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding our breath at the top for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 more. Deep breath in. Hold. Exhale. Last one. Deep breath in. Hold. And exhale.